Give it up for Mario Reyes, everybody. Come on.
San Diego! Yeah! Let's hear it all for you guys. If you're drinking, let's hold them up.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you guys for coming out and choosing stand-up comedy here in San Diego. This is fucking awesome. You guys have a lot of choices to entertain yourselves tonight. You could have gone to the latest blockbuster movie, the one that MGM and Amazon put out like $75 million for. It's called Melania. Yeah, I gotta start. Where's my Trump fans out? Do we have any Trump supporters in here? Good, because if there were, you gotta really fucking hate the next 15 fucking minutes. I am not a Trump supporter. I'll just start with that. Fuck Melania and fuck her movie. My name is Mario Reyes, and if you've been watching the news, that guy Luigi Mangione, yeah, that's not my brother. No. All my life, people say, "Hey Mario, where's Luigi? Where's Luigi?" Right? And I've never had an answer until recently, and the answer is, he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Yeah, and actually, just yesterday, the federal government took the death penalty off the table for him. Yeah, so he is going to get basically life in jail with no parole, which is cool. You know, he has that white privilege, the same white privilege that the guy in South Carolina had. If you weren't paying attention, there's a guy in South Carolina, he was on death row. And the government was going to kill him. And they said, listen, your only crime, what got you on death row was killing your mother-in-law. And I've had a mother-in-law before, and I don't think it should be a crime for killing a bitch. So, yeah, they gave him an option. They said, listen, you can have a firing squad, you can have a lethal injection, or gas chamber. And he chose the firing squad.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Artie Lang over here, ladies and gentlemen. By the way. Thank you, Artie. It's the most sober I've ever seen you. So he chose the death penalty. He chose the firing squad. And that got me thinking, San Diego, what would I choose? You know, if I had the option, and I like what they do in the Middle East where they stone you to death. Yeah, and then I found out it involved rocks and not marijuana. And I was like, fuck you. You guys can keep your fucking rocks. But no, lately, like I said, Luigi Mangione, the guy in South Carolina, they had white privilege. We found out recently in Minnesota, they've taken that away. Doesn't matter if you're good in the street or if you're a ICU worker with a fucking hell of a foot cooked to a tail light. But yeah, federal government's going to not give you that option anymore. And it's funny because they say there's paid protesters. You guys hear this in the news, paid protesters? I'm unemployed, so I'd like to know, where do I sign up for this? Like, is there a staffing agency do I go to? Is there a website I have to acquire to be a paid protester? I got questions. Like, is there a 401k program? Is there medical pay? Is there hazard pay? What are the sick days like? I need to know. What kind of training goes in? Do I have to prove that I can throw a rock? Is this a W-9? Do I have to pay the taxes for the fuck the government protest, or do they take them out? I got questions. I want to know. I want to be a page agitator. I hear about them on the news. But one thing I will say, I heard some guy earlier, we were talking about Hitler and everything. I truly do believe that Trump is Hitler reincarnated. And let me explain that one. Let me understand. If you don't understand how reincarnation works, how this works is one soul has to die in order for another soul to come in. So let's follow me on this journey here. Hitler died in April of 1945. Right? Donald Trump was born 1 year later in June of 1946. That's the end of my argument, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is Hitler reincarnated. But I know why Trump wants to take over Greenland now. I figured it out. In Greenland, it's home to a very endangered fox species, and that's the same fox that grows the hair for Trump's toupee. Yeah. It's either that or Trump's toupee is made out of Kevlar, because when he got shot, that shit bounced right off. Like fucking, Trump hit that ground like Tupac came back up like, who shot me, fuckers? Who shot me? Fucking Trump came out more gangster than fucking Tupac right there. But I'm pretty sure one thing with Charlie Kirk, he passed away last year. Pretty sure he's wishing he had a Kevlar neck brace about now. Yeah. I'm like a sniper in Utah, I'm going to take these shots, San Diego. Let's see, Charlie Kirk, when he died, Do y'all think his favorite song was Protect Your Neck by the Wu-Tang Clan? Because I think that's what it was. And I realized, how do you make a guy on the right lean left? You shoot him in the neck. That's a bad one, I know. I like dark humor. I really do. So I'm just going to say one thing. When Charlie Kirk passed, he was in the process to work for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which I got to say, that's a great thing, for the Make-A-Wish. There's another guy named John Cena. Do we know who John Cena? Any wrestling fans out here?
Tonight.
Right? Yeah. Tonight was Royal Rumble. John Cena came out number 31 if you didn't see him.
Spoiler alert.
That's a wrestling joke right there. But yeah, John Cena, he was the #1 requested wrestler for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I thought that was really cool, right? But there was a 2-year waiting list for all these sick and dying children. And I figured at this rate, these kids are going to be meeting The Undertaker first. Yeah. This is a tough crowd. And I'm going to say this, I am single. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a mother-in-law before. I am still single. And I don't think we have any fat girls out there because I don't hear anyone breathing. But I've tried all the dating apps out there. I've tried them all, guys. I've tried Tinder, I've tried Bumble, I don't try Grindr. All I found on Grindr was a bunch of fat dudes with dicks, tits, and Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah. Fuck you, Kill Tony.
Yay!
He doesn't have the balls to have me on his show, which is good because I don't want to have to touch them to get on his show. These drinks are strong tonight. But no, like I said, I've tried them all. And one thing I've learned in the dating apps, and we're mostly men in here, I can share this. Mostly men in here. It's 2026, I don't judge anymore. I've learned to never send a dick pic anymore to women. Because every woman I've met has told me they get unwanted dick pics and they never look good. So I've learned, you know what, that's rude, it's disrespectful. But I am a videographer, so I'm going to send them a full-length video of my dick. Yeah, it's going to be a short documentary. It's a hard watch. This does seem like a nice, classy crowd, although it's somebody's fucking birthday today. I don't know whose birthday. I recently met a girl off of Tinder, and I know what you guys are thinking already. Like, Tinder, yeah, that's the fuck site, and that's what happened. So let me explain to this one. This girl I matched with, she was going to come actually with me to the show tonight. I met her down in San Diego on Tinder. Met up with her this afternoon, went to her house. And I got to say, it was hot. I knew right away we were going to get hot and heavy. Because she answered the door in red, sexy lingerie. And I was like, fuck, yeah. We went right at it, guys. I'm not trying to brag. But she opened the door. We went right at it. Now, I had her in the bedroom, and I had her doggy style. I was kind of looking over her body, kind of looking at it. And look at me, I'm not going to body shame. Should I body shame? No.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Well, I'm looking at her in this red sexy lingerie, and I noticed she had a freckle on her ass. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to body shame that. That's whatever, that mole, whatever. So I'm hitting her doggy style for a few minutes.
Nice.
Actually, I'll be honest, a few seconds. But I wanted to sound like I'm hot, so a few minutes. And I look down, and that freckle is now just above my belly button. Yeah. So I went like this, and I wiped, and I was like, oh, this fucking girl, she fucking poo-pooed on me.
Oh.
Right? I didn't know what to do, so I had her in the doggy style position, and she had a ponytail, so I grabbed her ponytail, and that just turned her on. She was like, fuck yeah, you can put it in my ass. And I was like, whoa. Okay, being forced into anal sex is a lot like eating your vegetables as a kid. If you weren't forced into it as a kid, you'll never like it as an adult. Okay? So, yeah, I had her hair, and when I was pulling her hair, it was turning her on, but all I was doing was just wiping my hand off. Right? And so, but I finished the job. I finished. And I give her a little kiss on the forehead. I said, you know what? I got to go check my car real quick. I think I parked in the red. And then I hopped on over here tonight to do this show for you guys. And so I just wanted to share that classy story. And that's why I don't like Tinder anymore. But I wanted to share that embarrassing story because I have this other embarrassing story, and that is what the red hat is about. I was recently on a podcast with two powerhouses of comedy, Howie Mandel and Harland Williams. And this podcast is called When a Stranger Calls. And the idea is, us three comedians, we call strangers out of random. And I used to do this joke on stage about my ex-wife. I was married before. And the last gift I ever gave my ex-wife was a pair of hiking sticks. And when I handed them to her, she said, "Why are you giving me hiking sticks?" I said, "It was because I want you to take a hike, bitch." Yeah, well, Howie knows that joke. Howie Mandel knows that joke. And he says, "Hey, listen, we're taping the Valentine's Day special. Let's call your ex live on the air." And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do that. Because I don't talk to the bitch. And let's get her on the air. So we're doing this live podcast, and my ex has no idea I'm calling her. She answers the phone, which is the first mistake. And Howie asks her about the hiking sticks. And she said, "Yeah, that's true." And then Howie says, "Is there any other embarrassing stories about your ex-husband?" And she says, "Yeah. One time, he asked me to peg him." And I said, "Yeah, that's true. I'm not embarrassed. I just told him about a girl shitting on me. I'll admit, I once asked my ex-wife to peg me one time for 15 years. But she never did. And she thought that would embarrass me. Well, it didn't. And so what I did, ladies and gentlemen, is I went out and I got hats made that said, 'Make pegging great again.' And I now sell these on my website for $30 each. And I'm also going to sell a line of strap-ons. And I got those from Temu because nothing fucks you better than a line that you got from Temu. So, yeah, that's how I'm not embarrassed, San Diego. One thing I am going to stop doing, I started looking around at like all the dating apps I said I'm going to give up on. One of the things I'm going to give up on now, again, dating, I'm going to start looking in the female prisons for my ex-girlfriend. Right? Yeah, and I'll tell you why. There was a girl recently that was locked up, but she's out now. She's not retarded. Her name was Gypsy Rose. Yeah, Gypsy Rose. She was that retarded bitch that went to jail for killing her mom. Yeah, well, she's not retarded anymore. She got out. And I saw her social media. She's kind of retarded, but her tits ain't fucking retarded, San Diego, so don't judge me, all right? I'll fuck a retarded bitch. I really will. I was watching Love on the Spectrum getting hard the other day. Yeah. Just because she's down doesn't mean she don't go down. Right? Don't judge me. You can't kink shame me in 2026. But yeah, so Gypsy Rose, because she got lucky with the real life Peter Griffin lookalike when she was in jail, and she got knocked up and she came out, she got that Fire D, which I was really hoping she would get that checked. But she ended up getting pregnant. Congratulations, Gypsy, and she just had that baby. And I'm really hoping that the baby continues the family tradition. Yeah, of killing the mom. Yeah. There's another lady I'm writing to in prison. She was denied parole last March, so I'm still writing to her. And it just, every letter is simple. It just starts with this: "Dear Yolanda, fuck you." Yeah, that was Selena's killer. That was for the Mexicans in the audience. Another dead musician that I got to bring up. Does anybody remember Michael Jackson? Yes, we have a young man right here. You missed Michael Jackson by like 10 years. You're lucky. He would have loved you, young man. Guaranteed. Still mine. There's still time. But now I can make fun of Michael Jackson. His body just started deteriorating like last week. And I know, somebody earlier said they were bringing up Michael Jackson jokes. And I'm going to continue this here in a moment about that. But let me see, does anybody know that Farrah Fawcett is responsible for Michael Jackson's death? Does anybody know Farrah Fawcett? Do you remember Farrah Fawcett? She was in the red bikini and the bathing suits in our dad's garages. Yeah, she's hot, right? Farrah Fawcett is responsible for Michael Jackson's death. And a lot of people don't realize that. Let me explain this one. On the morning of Jackson's death, Farrah Fawcett actually died first. Yeah, she died about 9 o'clock in the morning. And when she got to heaven, Jesus said to her, "Farrah, you are such a good earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one wish." And Farrah didn't even think about it. She said, "Jesus, I just want all the children of the earth to be safe. No more child predators." And 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. That's a conspiracy theory that I made up. We're going to push it tonight. It's #Farrah killed Michael. Yeah. I used to do another part of that joke. I started that joke back in 2009, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know that. Okay, 2009, that's how old that joke is. And I used to do this part where I would say, when Michael got to heaven, he was granted one earthly wish. And Michael said, I want to be cremated, but I want all the black ashes removed. Yeah. I am so glad you guys laughed at that, because I don't do that very often, because now in 2026 it's considered racist.
Fuck no.
Exactly. Fuck no. Leave it up to Artie Lang.
This is a safe space.
This is a safe space. I don't make fun of blacks a lot. I don't bring up the blacks in my act, mostly because I don't think there's really anything funny about blacks. I could have done a way worse.
One's racist.
I could have done a way dirtier version of that, because I will never refer to the black man as the N-word. And I'll tell you why. Okay? Because I was raised to never call them neighbor. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. I do shows up in LA County, and I got to give LA County Fire a lot of credit, because they added a lot of diversity to LA County Fire. Because I've not seen the Palisades in Malibu blacker ever since.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, I know a couple minutes ago. I know where I stand right now, San Diego. I know I'm in San Diego, and I see a man with a Padres hat in the back here. And I just want to say, San Diego, I'm a lifelong Dodger fan. And I came out here. That's right, there's a championship logo on here. You're never going to recognize San Diego. But I got to let y'all know, the reason I came down here to San Diego tonight is because I'm actually here in town. I'm here meeting with the Petco Park. As a representative of Los Angeles Dodgers, we're looking to rent trophy space from you guys. Because your trophy room is fucking empty as shit right now. But Petco Park will get used in October, I promise. Yeah, we're going to turn that bitch into a Spirit Halloween store.
There you go.
Yep. I love San Diego, I got to say that. I really do. I love San Diego, but I'm not a fan of the Padres. I'm really not. A bunch of madres out here. Anyway, I will say, not only do I do stand-up comedy, I own my own video production company, and I've been doing that for 25 years. I work with a lot of athletes, musicians, bands, actors, all kinds of things. I was just filming a Hulu documentary for Jerome Baker Designs glass products. I also work with Brian Head Welch from Korn. I do his sober recovery videos. I work with a band called the Cottonmouth Kings. We're actually, right now, tonight, we're at House of Blues. After this show, I'm going right over to House of Blues to go see the Cottonmouth Kings.
Cool.
But we have a side group called DGAF. Does anybody know what DGAF stands for? No?
Nope.
DGAF stands for Doing God a Favor. We are a Christian soccer organization. Yes, and if you don't buy that, I don't give a fuck. No, because it really means ditch girls after fucking. Yep. It means dirty girls are fun. Let's see, another one. If you're drinking and driving tonight, it means don't get another felony. And the most important DGAF is don't go away forever. All right. My name is Mario Reyes, and I want to say one last thing. I know I got a minute. I just want to say one last thing. I know I started this show with a lot of Trump jokes, and I'm not Trump friendly. I fucking hate that guy, and I hate what's going on with ICE right now. All right? And I know a lot of people out there, they see ICE, and they think ICE stands for Immigration Control Enforcement. The way I see it, it's called evil. Thank you, San Diego.
Give it up for Mario Reyes, everybody. Come on, guys. That was great. He did 15 minutes in this too.